Hello there patrons, how are you? It's good to see you back. Lovely glorious day here in the woods, and I've got a question from Andy here, and I'm just going to read it out, and I'm just going to go on a journey of talking about my thoughts on this subject. And the question is, Andy says, I'm curious about what kind of double-edged razors you are fond of using. I've tried a few, and he names a few: the Gillette Kingfisher, the Merc, the Gillette Vintage, and Henson's, etc. He says, I'm personally getting the best results with two Henson models. I would love to hear your thoughts. Okay, I often get asked about this because obviously over the years of the channel, I've promoted shaving with a double-edged razor. I'll never not promote shaving with a double-edged razor because I think it provides the gentleman, the user, with the best possible shave. I know this because I recently went on holiday for a week. I went to Qatar, and I took with me some disposable razors. I bought a pack of nice quality disposable razors, you know, the type you use for 2 or 3 times and throw away, because I didn't want to, pack one of my nice razors to go on holiday. You never know what's going to happen to the luggage. I used those razors for a week, and it made me appreciate just how much I really, really enjoy shaving and the experience of using a double-edged razor. But it takes a bit of time to find the right razor for you. So as I popped out of the house today, I picked up a few things which I thought I would refer to, because I'm going to answer the question, and I'm in a roundabout way going to talk about other things as well to do with shaving, because it's a big subject. I've made numerous videos of me shaving here in this very field to just demonstrate my style and how I do so. But a key thing about shaving is, of course, the razor that you use. Now, I'm going to come out and tell you immediately what I use. I use a razor, I believe it's from a Canadian company called Rockwell, and this is the Rockwell 6S. I used this morning to shave. I took my razor blade out of it to bring it up here. Now, the Rockwell 6S is a 3-piece non-adjustable razor. All right, so 3 pieces, but just means it comes apart into 3 bits. The shaft, the top of the razor, and then, the base plate. The key thing with the 6S, you have a number of different base plates which can be used to make the actual shaving experience fundamentally different. For instance, you've got 3 blocks, base plates, which come with it. Each one is numbered between 1 and 6. So, if you, for instance, use base plate number 1, put it in that position, you're going to get a very simple shaving experience. It's not going to be particularly sharp or aggressive. It's going to be quite mild. If you flip the block over, put that in, the base plate in, to the number 2 position, it's getting a bit more aggressive. If you get used to that, you move on to the 3, flip it over to the 4, more aggressive. I've come to a point a long time ago. I've had this razor for a number of years now. I've been using the number 6 setting, which means it is the most aggressive. And it took me maybe a couple of weeks to get up to that point, because my skin is used to shaving with quite an aggressive razor, and I found that this Rockwell 6S provides for me an amazing shave. What I should also credit this razor with is that it was given to me. One of you guys, Chris from Canada, wrote to me and said he'd bought this razor some years ago, hadn't got on with it, and he was wanting to get rid of it, and asked me if I would be prepared to take it on, give it a try. He sent it over to me, and I have to admit, I can't thank him enough, because this is by far the best razor that I've ever owned. It's made of steel, it's got a lovely knurled handle, it's easy to operate, easy to change the blades, and it shaves gorgeously. It's got a very hefty, pleasant weight to it. I just love it. To buy today, it would cost £91 if you were to buy it in the UK from the Rockwell website. And for me, it is the end of my razor journey, because I found the razor which works perfectly for me. If you were somebody new starting off in the razor world, if you were to invest in one of these, you've got all those base plates which are there to help you on that shaving journey. So for me, that is the razor which I use. Now, over time, I've used many different razors. One of the best, actually, at a very approachable price, is I think it's called the King C razor by Gillette. It's Gillette's non-adjustable 3-piece razor. It costs between 10 and 20 pounds, depending on where you buy it. You can really get them cheap sometimes if you buy them from pharmacies or supermarkets. And actually, I think it provides an excellent shave. It's a really good little razor for the price. Not too aggressive, not too mild, perfect. I mean, you can go a bit more niche. Here I've got a brand of razors called Reggie's Razors. And this is a British company, precision engineering company, which make razors. And this is a 3-piece non-adjustable razor, which I'm just going to put together, and it's in brass. I think this is their Jupiter model, in the region, I think it's about £100, something like that. Very hefty, it's brass, it patinas as time goes on. I used this for quite a while, and it does provide a lovely shave, and I've decided I'm going to use it for the next week, just to revisit my relationship with this razor. If nothing else, it'll make me either go back to the Rockwell or use this for a little while. But very easy to use, very simple, very enjoyable, very beautiful as well, actually. But that's that's the razor that I use, the Rockwell 6S, and occasionally this Jupiter model from Reggie's Razors. Lovely little pieces. Now, when you are shaving, it's not just all about the actual physical razor itself. We must not forget, it is just part of the journey to an excellent shave, because the other component part is the actual double-edged blade itself. Now, over years I've used many different types. I've just got 3 here that I picked up out of the bathroom drawers I was leaving. The razor which I have come to love, double-edged razor, is the Gillette Nacette razor. For me, this is the perfect combination of, it is slightly aggressive, right? It's a very sharp blade. Not all of them are. You might think, of course, all double-edged razors are fearfully sharp, aren't they? Yes, they are, but you have different levels of keenness. And for me, this one is sharp. It retains its level of keenness. Over about a week, I get 5 shaves from each Nacette blade. So for me, 5 shaves, perfect. I keep track of my shaves by having a simple dice which is next to my razor. I flip it over every day. When I get to number 5, I change my blade, come back again and start from number 1 again. And for me, the Nacette is a perfect combo. Now, to give you an example, this is Derby Extra. These blades, I find them very mild. I can only shave 1 or 2 days with one of these blades before I find it loses its keenness, starts to tug on my bristles, and I don't find them any use at all. So for me, Derby, far too mild. Then you've got Feather at the top of the shop, considered to be one of the most sharpest blades, Japanese brand. I've used Feather off and on for years. I do like Feather. For me, they're interchangeable with Nacette, but Nacette is cheaper. All right, I find Nacettes are easily achievable at a less expensive price than Feather. Feather have become quite popular with the double-edged shaving community and known to be a very, very sharp blade, hence they command a higher price. What I would suggest you do, if you're new to shaving, or you're not loving the blade that you're using right now, or for instance, you find that the blade you use, you can only get 1 or 2 shaves out of before you need to change it, you should be getting about 5, right? 4 or 5 at the least. If the blade you've got now isn't working out, try some others. My best advice to you is to buy yourself one of these multi-packs, sample packs. You can get them on eBay, and you'll find these companies which will send you a bag full of, 15, 20 different types of blade. It's a bit of an experiment. Use one for a week or a few shaves, and over time you'll discover the blade which fits your skin, because everybody's skin is slightly different. If you use the Nacette on your skin, it isn't going to work like me when I use it on mine, because we've all got different chemistry, different bristle growth and things like that. So use all of these samples and you will narrow them down to the ones which work just for you, and then order those in larger numbers. It's an ongoing life journey, finding the perfect razor setup. Now for me, the Rockwell 6S with the Nacette blade is perfect. What I find people spend most time doing, right, is faffing around choosing the smellies. All right, people will spend more time and effort picking the shaving cream, the shaving soap, their cologne, their aftershave balms. they're not focusing on what's really, really important, and that's the hardware. It is the razor in conjunction with the Nasette. And remember, it's a marriage, all right? Your razor will perform entirely differently with each one of these blades. I could find that the Nasette is useless in the Reggies, but perfect for me in the Rockwell. I might find that the feather is ideal with the Reggies razor, less so with the Rockwell. You will find the combo which is perfect for your skin, but it is trial and error. I can't tell you what to do. Your face, your bristles, your skin is totally different to mine. But do not focus on things like shaving soap and balm, because you can do it cheaply. I mean, I brought this one along specifically to remind you. Nivea men's post-shave balm. This one is sensitive skin one, but they do a non-sensitive skin one as well, equally as good. Very inexpensive. You know, you can buy it for like £3 or £4 in a typical pharmacy store here in the UK. That is as good as any aftershave balm I've ever owned. You don't have to pay top dollar in some fancy, you know, London barber's shop and buy some balm which is made with, I don't know, mermaid's tears and something like that. That is excellent for the price point. And as for the soap, I mean, I use Mitchell's Woolfat soap, been using it for a few years now. I do interchangeably use other things. I will use Taylor's of Old Bond Street, George Trumper's, various other shave creams. But my mainstay for years and years, Mitchell's Woolfat shaving soap. Sadly, the company went bust recently, and now you'll be fortunate if you can find it. Luckily, I discovered the company was going under, and I bought probably 10 years worth of soap in advance, which is laid down in my cellar right now for future use. But it's just a simple soap. I mean, in the past, I've gone away for a weekend and I have forgotten to take some shaving soap, and I've ended up using bar soap from the hotel bathroom, you know, just whipping it up with a brush. Let me tell you, it shaves just as well as these things. You will find slight nuances. Woolfat soap I like because of the lanolin within it, but to be honest, you can use bar soap for a few times or a week even. It's not going to harm your skin. The thing which is going to harm your skin is the hardware. It's going to be the razor and the blade. Make them your top priority. Don't worry about the smellies, all right? That comes later. It's not important. Focus on the hardware to get the best possible shave. There we go, Andy. I hope my own experiences of shaving will be of some use to you. I shave every single day. I don't like having a day off shaving because for me, it's like having a wash or cleaning my teeth. It is as much a part of my daily regime. The habit which I use to form a perfect day for me begins with that 10 minutes having a shave every morning. So for me, it's a joyous part of my day, and it is not a chore. And it can become so for you too, as long as you put the effort in and you seek out the things which work for you. If you're using a cartridge razor right now, you're missing out on one of life's greatest enjoyments of a proper shave. If you've got a beard or a stubble, chances are you still shave around the edges to tighten up your look. You can still get great pleasure from using a razor, a double-edged razor, to achieve that. Don't think that a stubble or a beard disqualifies you from enjoying that regime of having a little shave too. It's all in the life journey. So there we go, folks. I hope you've found something useful today. If you have, I'll see you again very soon. Don't forget to ask me a question if you have one. I'll be delighted to assist you if I can. That is my purpose here. Take care.